Riley Reed with Spin Radio 107.1.
Hi.
Becker.
If you can see me, cool.
You can see him here. We got Matthew and David from Missio. So guys, welcome back. These guys were here last summer.
Yeah,
It's pretty
check
awesome.
right there, man.
Look at that. Look at that. And
You're on the wall. That's cool.
Yeah.
you caused a little bit of problems when you came here last time, though, with the
Yeah.
whole fire alarm
Oh,
going
yeah.
off. Like, what was all that about? Like, can you know,
Well,
I mean, I can smell some stuff
Art-
back here.
art-
So was it that or was it something else?
yeah, our show is pretty. The lighting is pretty mysterious and hazy, and yeah, we set the alarm off with in sound check, which ended up being quite more of a deal than I think anyone expected, because
Yeah.
we all had to go evacuate the building.
I know,
The
it was
chefs
crazy.
were outside in the alleyway with us.
They actually brought the fire
Man,
department here.
it felt
Like,
pretty bad, yeah. But it seems like we got that situation figured out this time around.
well, that's good. That's good. So this is like your first, I guess, your tour manager was saying this is like your first like headline tour and everything.
Mhm.
So what's different about this tour that you guys are doing specifically as opposed to previous tours?
We're playing a lot longer,
Yeah.
which, I mean, in the past we've played max 45 minutes.
Okay.
We're now doing an additional 30 minutes past that, which is cool. It feels like there's a lot more pressure,
Mhm.
in a good way, just because you have that many more fans coming to see you. You're not the opener anymore. They're coming to see you, so it's a pretty special feeling.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome. Now you just recently put out some I guess stripped down acoustic versions of a lot of your songs. And I heard KDB, and I mean it's so haunting. It feels like it could be in one of those like Netflix dramas. Like I feel like that could be playing in the background. So
Can
No.
you call our publisher and tell them?
right,
I'm on it.
We'll work on that. We got to get them on. We got to get them on Netflix. But actually, speaking of Netflix, you got me into Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
I've been
man.
watching that show.
Dude,
And
that's
apparently
one of
you're
my
watching it
favorites.
now too.
Yeah, I've been.
Actually, he got me into it.
Oh, really? Okay.
He was the one that got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love that show. It's so dark and twisted and messed up.
I mean, literally, I want to be a gang member.
Yeah,
no,
it's
right? Like,
you
it makes it
can't
look
watch
so
that,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
I know it's
Nice. I'm glad that. So did you just like binge watch it all and catch up?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
I think I went home like
That's my
that
favorite.
night and just
Yeah.
like started watching it. The next day, I think I even tweeted you. I was like, "Oh man, thanks David for letting me know for you guys."
Yeah.
Because it's a great show. The cast. I mean,
Uh,
like, you were saying Adrian Brody this
Everything's well
year.
done. It's shot well. The music's
Tom
great.
Hardy is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just a
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah. Speaking of that, he's gonna be playing Venom. Not Venom. Oh crap. Yeah, it is Venom. Yeah. Yeah, Venom.
You had me
Marvel
second
movie.
guess.
Yeah. It's like,
It's doing
second.
something.
Are you guys into? I remember last time you told me you're not really into sci-fi films, but are you into like the superhero films?
That-
Did you see in the Marvel? No.
He's a definite no.
Okay.
Jaden, our drummer, and
Uh-huh.
I have adopted a little bit of a road tradition, which we're gonna go see Black Panther tomorrow on our day
Nice.
off, I think. But
I wanted
Like-
to talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, like that they're so kind of like easy to watch.
Yeah.
They're great for like when you're on tour and you need a day off and you need your brain to do nothing. Great movies.
I mean,
So we kind of look forward to them now on the road.
Well, yeah. And if you had to pick, would you say that you are more Team Marvel or Team DC?
I haven't really liked the DC stuff very much.
It's tough.
Who does Blood or
Deadpool.
That well, so now.
Because that was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
like
will.
Sony owned that, but then they sold the rights to Disney and Marvel, so now they're gonna have the rights to it, and we don't know how good that's gonna be.
Huh.
Kind of waiting on that.
Yeah.
But there is Deadpool 2 coming out. I
Deadpool is
think this
great.
summer.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me a little bit more about why you decided to, going back to the music, why you decided to go with these like stripped down versions of these songs and everything? Because it brings a whole new like emotional level to it. So, I know that you've had some demons that you've battled and everything. And is that why the song sounds the way that it does? Like it's got that haunting like melody, or?
I would say 50 to 60% of the songs that we write start from piano vocal.
Okay.
And then we obviously produce it out and release it on a record. And honestly, we kind of stumbled into doing the acoustic stuff because our producer at the time had a previous session booked, and it just so happened that the guy called in sick, and there was a 4-day period to basically use the studio.
Yeah, it was like an empty studio.
So it was just kind of messing around, and then
Yeah, so he calls us up, and he's like, "Hey, I really think we should do some acoustic versions," and we were kind of like, maybe, yeah, sure. So we end up doing it. We get in there, and we just knock them out, and literally, some of those are one takes.
wow.
So it was just a really cool opportunity to strip it back to where the song started and give it a whole new experience. And I think it just showcases us as artists rather than just two EDM dudes or whatever you want to call us on stage. It really showcases that we write songs, not just big production hits,
Right.
which is crucial to what he and I want to do always.
Right, and David, you had said that you almost don't like having your stuff called pop, I guess. I think you said that with WKQX once, because you are an artist and you want to be known as more than that. So, what is it that kind of turns you off from the word pop?
I mean, I love pop music, and
Okay.
I love that it's popular. I mean, I think that that's an important thing, but I think the problem is when I look into the pop genre right now, it's hard to, you really have to pick your way through to find emotional depth and really the stuff that gets me excited about music is the stuff that makes me feel, it makes me connect emotionally, and I think we're never gonna just write surface level music that's just pop like that.
Right.
But I think where we hope to kind of live is, we do our thing and rap it and stuff that, is people can relate to, whether that be melodies and other things. So there is a lot of pop influence in our music, and I mean, I listen to a ton of it, but I think it can be limiting to label it as just that.
Okay. I understand that. That's cool. But I mean, even KDV, it has the hooks and the beats and everything to get everybody dancing, but even that has a deeper meaning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's really cool, and I like what you guys are doing with
Yeah,
the music.
man.
So glad you guys came back too.
Oh yeah, dude. It was great. The drive in, it was like deja vu. I saw the beautiful, the steel thing.
Yeah, the steel
plant,
yeah.
the mill.
Mm-hmm. Stacks, yeah.
It is just so beautiful, man. Buildings like that, that's one of my favorite parts of touring. Is just getting to see places that. I also just like the story of it, man. That place, this whole community is built around that. Everyone probably in some way, shape, or form has a tie into
Absolutely.
the.
Oh yeah.
I'm born and raised in Bethlehem, and my grandfather, my mom, several family members worked right here at the Steel. It's crazy.
It's really.
I mean, it was booming. It was, we were it back, in the day. They could have went several other places, but we were we were the reason for a lot of historical things, which is pretty great to be a part of,
It was Carnegie and Bethlehem Steel, those were or U.S. Steel, I guess, with Carnegie, but
Golden Gate Bridge. We
Yeah.
had a lot to do with.
I believe also parts of the Eiffel Tower too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or there was another
Crazy.
building too, but yeah, I mean, it's cool that you guys
I
like
appreciate
that.
that stuff.
You
Yeah.
appreciate
That's
that
the
kind of
cool
thing.
thing about getting to go. We don't get to spend a ton of time in places. I mean, even here, you come and you go really fast, but getting to see those special places is, I mean, that's what makes it fun.
And speaking of venues, I remember you told me about the rave because this has actually kind of been a thing where I've talked to a bunch of different people about this one venue
Several.
because you said it's so bizarre.
It is pretty
And
bizarre, yeah.
I've talked to
We played there again. We played
Did
3
you?
times now, yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, they all have the same stories. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's pretty cool.
but it's not cool when Steel Stags.
Polar
it may
opposite
be.
vibe.
Maybe. No, don't say that. It can't be cool.
We can edit this crap
Yeah,
out,
we
right?
can-
See how there's paint on the walls, this ceiling is from, within 20 years,
Yeah.
50 years, 70 years,
Yeah, this building's a lot newer.
just a totally different vibe,
Yeah.
there, but,
Are you guys history buffs, and would you call yourself history buffs?
no,
I'm only curious
I'd
because
say I've, started to dabble into some history podcasts, I've kind of started to discover like a little tiny spark of passion and learning about history.
I was just curious because you show so much appreciation for the Stags.
Yeah, well, I do. It's human stories. You know?
Have you
That's what makes
walked
it
along
so
at all?
interesting.
Have you had time to walk?
No, I saw actually while we were sound checking, I saw two people walking their dog. I was like, you can walk out there?
Yeah, there's like a park up there. And you can walk along.
I don't think you're supposed to have dogs up there, though.
Like facts and stuff. It's really neat.
Sorry.
No.
But I didn't know how
right under the bus.
Yeah.
I didn't know how like into history you might have been, or if you even researched where you visit or whatever. You know, some people like do that kind of thing. But does this look familiar to you in any other way? For any other reason?
The steel mills?
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you ever seen Transformers?
Oh, you know what? Someone told me that. Someone told me that last time. Like, hold on, take
Yeah.
that.
The opening of the second one or the third one.
Yeah.
But if you watch it, you can see everything. It's really
Yeah.
neat. Yeah.
And Bon Jovi filmed one of his music videos here too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
We played
you should film a music video.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
There you go.
That'd be
We
tight.
played another festival with Wiz Khalifa.
It's Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
Right
They got
in front of
There was
Steel
another
Steel
Steel Stack,
Mill.
yeah.
Well, that's where Carnegie is, so you know.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. Well, looking forward to your show tonight.
Thanks.
Missio, Matthew, David, awesome dudes. Seriously, check out their acoustic stuff and the whole album Loner as well. It's fantastic. Especially Katie. That's my favorite.
Nice. Love it, man.
Thanks, guys.